it's Elaine Sanderson here, Britain's Best Photography. I want to talk to you today a little bit about your photography business and talk about the fact you may be brilliant at photography, you may be taking the best photos in town, you may be really creative and full of good ideas, but the business is just still not really coming your way. Or if it is, it's trickling, it's rather than flooding in. Now there's got to be a reason for this. You may be wondering why the photographer down the road is not as good as you. The website may be not as good, but he's pulling in more inquiries. Now I'm not saying all of you out there are in this situation. I know many very successful photographers who are booked up all this year and well into next year. So, they're the ones that are obviously marketing themselves correctly. So despite the fact you may be a great photographer, let's think about your marketing, because that really is an awful lot of the story. Now, I came across the other day a book written by James Grattier. It's basically photo magic marketing, and it was recommended to me by a friend. Now they're in the photography business and they bought this a while ago, and they basically read the information and they implemented some of the ideas in this book, and they've seen their inquiries literally go up almost overnight, because a lot of these things you can put into place today, or this week as soon as you can, but they've seen a big difference. So I don't accept the fact that photographers out there aren't getting inquiries. What they're not doing is they're not marketing themselves. So this is for experienced photographers, because we never know it all. I've learnt an awful lot from this book, and I've been in sales and marketing an awful long time. Well, okay, I'd say quite a few years. So what it talks about how to define your clients and how to really, really fine-tune your sales message to them. You've got to know your client inside out. So if you don't know your client, you cannot fine-tune your sales message. So it talks all about that. Now, a lot of photographers out there, they start off scrubbing around the £300 wedding mark, or very, very small fee for their portrait sittings. Now, this book talks about, if you want to start bumping your prices up, how to do it without hitches, how to do it smoothly and nicely that people can accept. But I just will add that this book doesn't just relate to wedding and portrait photographers, it can relate to any form of photography. Because at the end of the day, a lot of sales and marketing techniques are very similar no matter what subject you're in. It also talks about what you really must have on your business cards. And business cards, I know online is really powerful these days, but business cards still have a lot of power. Leaving them in places, wherever you go, restaurants, toilets, libraries, wherever you are. But what should be on that business card? Now, I've seen loads of photographers' business cards, and I've not seen it on one that I've come across. What you really need to have on your business card. So the other thing it covers is your ads. If you're going to place ads in Yellow Pages, in newspapers, some photographers do, some don't, but if you're going to go that road, what you have to have in there, and before I did this video, I checked Yellow Pages, and we're in the South Manchester Yellow Pages, and I checked the pages of wedding photographers and portrait photographers in there, and I didn't see one advert that had this in. Now, he talks about what you should put in and how essential it is, and how that can really make you stand out from the crowd in amongst all the other photographers and get your phone ringing rather than theirs. So the other thing he talks about is joint ventures, very powerful, and you've got to do joint ventures, how to do them properly. Now if you're not going to do joint ventures, you're throwing away an awful lot of business. So he talks about who to joint venture with and how to do it and what to offer them, and really what's in it for them, and how to sort of nurture their greed glands and all that kind of stuff. So really useful. Now he also talks about your friends and your family. Now they know people and those people know other people. How to get that working for you. Use your friends and your family and your business colleagues, anybody you know, to actually get your business. Again, what's in it for them, what you can offer them, how to do it properly. Again, a really simple and effective way that you can really start doing today. He also talks about the one critical mistake that photographers make. Now, 80% of your work comes from 20% of your clients. Now, a lot of photographers throw that away. They're 20% of their clients. They need to be looking after them. So he talks about the critical mistake photographers make with their existing clients, and he talks you through how to overcome that and how to make them into recurring clients. You get a regular income month in, month out. Lots of good ideas. Now, interestingly enough, he talks about an American lady, a photographer, and she really was suffering from a lack of inquiries, a lack of direction. She was just doing all sorts of photography. When he brought her under his wing, he taught her a certain few key tricks, and she ended up sending out a sales letter, and it was basically titled "Come on girls, it's time to get naked," and her whole sales theme was based around that. Now she had the phone ringing, and she was flooded with inquiries. So clever stuff. Now think about making yourself elusive and expensive. I'm not saying do that straight away, but sometimes that can bring you more inquiries. And he teaches you the difference between sort of cheap and free for all and available, and then being very expensive and elusive. And you'll find that a lot of photographers out there today who are expensive and elusive are very booked up. So he covers all that. Now he talks about getting free publicity, how to do it properly. He talks about loads of out-of-the-box ideas. I think when I counted there was at least 20 really good ideas there, out-of-the-box ideas that could almost guarantee you haven't heard of. You may have some, but not others. So, also, lastly, he talks about forums and blogs and press releases, packed full of information. Now, I will say that the only thing I found about it was a little bit Americanised, okay, for you UK photographers out there, just a little bit Americanised. But if you kind of take that aside, it's a really good information product. Now, if you buy this today, if you email me after you've bought it, elaine@britain'sbestphoto.com, if you email me, just let me know you've bought it, I will then send you 4 audio interviews I've done with Crash Taylor, Brett Harkness, Ryan Brown and Annabelle Williams, and each one lasts anywhere between 20 to 40 minutes, and it's packed full of information on their sales and marketing strategies and what made them successful, what makes their businesses tick. Okay, now I know all these photographers are really busy, they're really booked up, and they've obviously got marketing skills under the belts, so you need to do the same. You may be thinking, well, I don't think they're any better than me, their photography. Well, the case may be that, but their marketing skills are obviously pretty well honed. So you get the 4 free audio interviews if you order this book today. So just email me and let me know. So I hope this has inspired you, that there is information out there. The web is awash with information. It can be very, very confusing. I found this a really concise guide, all in one. There is 34 chapters, it's 220 pages long, and it was about £35 or £38. Now, if you think about it, for all the ideas you get, you could almost get that back within a week of just implementing one idea. So, not expensive for the information you've got. So thank you for listening, and I'll speak again soon.